This video explains how you can apply for an Angolan Exemption Permit or AEP permit using the VFS Global website. This video is using information that we at Scalabrini have found out by using the VFS website. We cannot guarantee that this information is correct, as this video was made in September 2021. Information can also change, so please keep this in mind. On the 5th of August 2021, the South African government announced that certain Angolan nationals can make an application to an AEP permit. Currently, there is no deadline to apply for the AEP permit, but look at the Home Affairs website to get updates about this. However, do not delay your application. Try to make your application as soon as possible. Making this application on the VFS website can be difficult sometimes. You can email info.dhasa@vfshelpline.com or call 012-425-3000 if you need more assistance. To apply for an AEP permit, you will need an Angolan passport that is valid for at least 6 months, at least one of the following: an asylum seeker document, or a refugee document, or an Angolan cessation permit, or an Angolan special permit. You will need a valid email address to make an application on the VFS website. Once you have these things, get ready to make an application online. Set aside time to make this application. Do not rush it. It is important that you enter all your information correctly on the website. Also, each member of your family applying will have to make their own online application. We will show you how to do this. This can take some time, so please make sure to set aside enough time. After you've done this online application, you will set an appointment date at VFS when you will go to one of the VFS offices to hand in your documentation. Let's start. First, go to www.vfsglobal.com/DHA/South Africa. Scroll down and you will see this link for the Angolan Special Dispensation. Click here. On the next page, if you have never used VFS, you will need to click here. If you have previously registered on VFS, click on this link to enter your details. On the next page, you will see 6 fields. On this form, anything marked with a red star like this means that you must fill out that field. Under Application Type, select Exemption. Under Application Subtype, select AEP Exemption. Under Application Subtype Category, you should select the category that best represents what you are currently doing. It is not about what is written on your current permit if you have one. If you are studying, select AEP Study. If you are employed, select AEP Work. If you are running your own business, select AEP Business. If you do not fall into any of these categories, select AEP Other. Under Location, select the right location for you from the options. This is important because it is where you will submit your application and it is where you will also collect your AEP permit. Under previous reference number, you do not need to write anything. Under corporate reference number, you do not need to write anything. Under date of first entry into RSA, please write the date you first entered South Africa for the first time. For most people, this will be a very long time ago. If you can remember the exact date, write that in. If you can remember only the year, you can write the year, for example, 1999, and then write 01 and 01 for the month and day. Click Submit. On the next page, write your email address. We have created an example email for this video. It is important to use your email address in this application, an email address that you can access. This is because VFS will send updates to this email address, and your AEP application will be linked to this address. Confirm your email in the second box here. Click on the box and then click Submit. You will now see that an email has been sent to the email address that you provided. Let's go to the email inbox to find the link. In your email address, you should find an email from donot@vfshelpline.com. Inside this email, you'll find a link. Click on this link. The link should take you back to the VFS website where you are asked to write your email again and create a password. Creating a password is important. Your password must contain letters, a number, and a character, such as an exclamation mark. It is really important that you write down this password in a secure place or remember it, as you will need to log in again in the future. Once you have entered the same password in the third box here, you can click Change Password. You should now be able to log in. Once you have entered your email address and the password you created, you should be taken to this page with a table. To start the application process, click on this reference number here. We will now start entering your details. For your title, names and surname, and date of birth, it is important that you write it exactly the same as the information in your Angolan passport. Some people have different names on their asylum or refugees document. If this is the case, you'll have to bring an affidavit with you to the VFS appointment that explains this. For this video, we will use an example name. I'm going to write my name is Miss Pedro Joanna. Before I was married, my maiden name was Francisco. As an example, I'm going to say I was born on the 19th of September 1985. I was born in Angola. My nationality was Angolan when I was born, and I am still Angolan today. You must fill in these fields correctly. Take your time to make sure the spelling is exactly correct and reflects exactly what is written in your Angolan passport. For your passport number, this is the number that is usually at the top of the bio page on your passport. It sometimes starts with the letter N. As an example, I'm going to write in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 year. The passport is issued by Angola. The expiry date is written in your passport. Write this in the box year. As an example, I will write here 2025 0101. Select your marital status: divorced, separated, married, and so on. For this example, I will select that I am married, and I will write that I was married on the 1st of July 2017. Under present residential address, write the address of where you live now. Put the postal code below. Fill in your telephone numbers here. Write your email address here. Make sure to use the same email address throughout. Under occupation, if your occupation is not listed here or none of the options are relevant to your situation, click Other. Under type of temporary permit held, if applicable, you should use details from the most recent document you were given by the Department of Home Affairs. So it could be Angolan Special Permit, or Angolan Cessation Permit, or Asylum Seeker Document, or Refugee Document. You must write the most recent document you were given by the Department of Home Affairs. You must write the expiry date of this document here. You must write the office that issued this document here. For example, on an ACP permit, it might say RRO, or head office for the issuing office. Have a look at your most recent document and have a look at where the document was issued. And the date of entry into RSA, write again the date you first came into South Africa. Again, if you cannot remember the exact month and day, write the year you entered and then 0101. Under place where you entered the RSA, write the place that you came into South Africa. For example, perhaps it was Springbok or Musina or another border entry post. You are ready to click Save and Continue. When you click Save and Continue, there might be a problem with the form. If there is, you will see a message in red at the top. Read it. You must attend to this before clicking Save and Continue again. Okay, we are on to the second part of the application. Now, we will enter details of your family members. Remember that by entering the details of your family members, you are not making applications for them. Each family member must do this same entire application form. We will show you how to do that later on in the video. If you do not have a spouse or children, leave the section blank. We will use an example to fill out the spouse's details here on this video. Under details of children accompanying you, you must write their surname, their first name, their date of birth, and what relationship you are to this child, for example, parent. You must also select their country of birth and their nationality. Remember that a child born in South Africa to two non-citizen or foreign parents is not automatically South African in their nationality. You must also select their occupation. If they are still at school, select Other. Click on Add to add more children. When you're finished with all children, you must click on Add one more time to make sure that all children are listed there. So in this video, for example, I have two children, but I click Add after I add the two children and I leave the third row of boxes empty. If you care for children that are not your biological children, you can list them here, but you'll have to show proof that you are the legal caregiver when you go to your appointment, such as a foster care or adoption order. Under details regarding applicant and, if applicable, spouse and children, you must answer the questions honestly for you and your family. If you reply yes to any of these questions, write the details about this in the box below the question here. Click Save and Continue. It is now time to write out your employment record. You could fill in the name of your employer here, the address of the workplace here, the date you started the job here, and the date you ended the job here. You can write the type of job you had here, for example, chef. The form is made so that you can list all the places you have worked during your career. When you're done with one place of work, click Add to add the next one. Remember, at the end, to always click Add again to make sure the latest place of employment is added. If you are self-employed, you can write this under Name of Employer, and you can provide the relevant details of your work under the different fields, such as how long you have been self-employed and the kind of business you have under nature of work. Click Save and Continue. Now you are onto the fourth section of the form, Reasons. The form is asking you to write reasons why you want the AEP permit. We suggest that you write, please see attached document with reasons. This means that you can write a document in which you explain why you want the AEP permit on a piece of paper that you can bring with you to your VFS appointment. The space in this box is very limited. Click Submit. Now we are brought to the overview page. It is really important that you check that your details are correct here. If there are any mistakes, click on the correct tab and you can change the incorrect detail. Click Save and Continue once you make these changes. When you're happy with the final overview, click Submit. You will see that it is very important all your information is correct here. Do not rush this. You will now see that you have different options here. If you have more family members that are applying for the AEP permit, you must add them here. Remember that anyone from your family that is applying for the AEP permit must also have a valid Angolan passport for at least 6 months and either an asylum or refugee document or an ASP or ACP permit. If you have children or a spouse that does not have these documents, you must first get your AEP permit. Home Affairs has indicated that they will be allowed to apply for mainstream visas or permits after you receive your AEP permit as the main applicant. Make sure that you add all members of your family that are applying for the AEP permit, going through the same form for each of them. If your children are at school, you do not need to fill out the employment section, for example. Before you can book your appointment, you need to pay for it. To do so, click on Payment. The VFS processing fee is 1,090 Rand per applicant. You now have 3 options to pay. The EFT option is a bit complicated and it can take some time. If you are able, using the debit or credit card option is best. If you select this option, you'll be asked to enter the details of your bank card and you can pay. You will then be led to a page where you can book your VFS appointment. If you cannot do this, you can select prepayment at bank. Click Continue. You will go to a page and you must click on the Visa fee box. You can select SMS fee if you wish to receive SMS updates on your AEP application. If you agree with the terms and conditions, you can click this box here. Click on Download Bank Receipt and you should see that an automatic download occurs. This download is a PDF that you need to print, take to the bank. You can log out, go to the bank and make payment. Log back into VFS after 3 to 5 days to see if the payment has gone through. However you arrange the payment, whether with debit card or prepayment, once the payment has been made, you can log in again. When you log in, you can go to Home. You will see your application here. You should be able to see that you can now schedule an appointment. You can now choose a date to go to the VFS office. You'll be able to download a PDF that has a checklist of documents you'll need to bring with you. You must check this list. Every member of the family who is applying for the AEP will need to come with you. You will all need to bring 1. A fully completed form DHA 47, 2. Angolan passport valid for at least 6 months, 3. Letter from employer or sworn affidavit from employer. 4. Admission letter from learning institution. 5. Business registration or letter from municipality. 6. Copy of previous ACP, ASP permit or copy of asylum seeker refugee permit issued before 13 August 2013 to be attached. 7. If no copy of ACP, ASP permit, VFS affidavit confirming that the ASP permit number is valid and appears on the DHA database. A police clearance report will be done on your behalf by the department at a fee of 185 Rand. And lastly, proof of payment. If you have problems, please email info.dhasa@vfshelpline.com or call 012-425-3000. The advocacy team at the Scalabrini Centre of Cape Town is very limited in the assistance we can give here. However, to contact the advocacy team, you can send a WhatsApp to 078 260 3536 or you can call or SMS or send a please call me to 083 433 5062. Thank you.